Using the language of Bolsheviks, Jennings schools CNN panelists. This is why they don't want you to know history, because they can just recycle things like Madani has been doing in New York. He's a Marxist, even though the mainstream media is trying to pretend like he's not. I mean, he's using the same exact language. I've alluded to this weeks ago. I've been saying this for weeks now. This guy is a Marxist. He's quoting verbatim a lot of their principles and tenets. It's pretty easy to recognize. He is a Marxist. He is a Bolshevik. If y'all don't know anything about the Bolshevik Revolution, is when they took over. The Bolsheviks took over after the failed policies after, what was it? I think it was the October Revolution. Is what happened. It was led by Vladimir Lenin. He was the head of the Bolsheviks and brought in that Marxism. It's a fascinating story about the czars and once they abdicated the throne and everything that happened there. But this is the philosophy that he's pulling from. And he's using the same language. And all you have to do is study some of these things and you'll be able to see that. But we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to play the clip and hear what Jennings has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Newsbusters, and they report that huge controversies have surrounded the New York City mayoral election, specifically the Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani. On Tuesday, CNN Newsnight discussed the recent comment made by President Trump, who called Mamdani a communist. During the table discussion, MRC Bulldog Award winner Scott Jennings was there to inform former South Carolina State Rep Bakari Sellers that Mamdani has endorsed Soviet-style economic policies. A resurfaced clip from the 2021 Young Democratic Socialists of America conference featured Mamdani stating, quote, "The end goal of seizing the means of production is an issue he firmly believes in." Former White House spokesman for President George W. Bush, Pete Steet, had some words that combated the Democratic nominee's agenda while he backed up Trump. But calling him a communist is not far off base when he talks about seizing the means of production. I mean, that's literally the playbook of Marxism, communism. This is what the Bolshevik Revolution was about. This is what Lenin was pushing. And so you can't, and he literally said these words. I don't know if they're going to play that clip, but I'm going to play the clip from Jennings. And if they don't play the clip from what he said, I'll play that clip as well. But let's play this clip from CNN and let's hear what Jennings has to say about this. Here we go.
I'm going to the barbershop on Thursday, and my barber does not care. I need a tape up, I know, but my barber Tremaine does not care about who the mayor of New York City is. He simply does not.
Listen, comrade.
You see how they trying to downplay this? Like it's not a big deal. Like the Democrat Party is not lurching towards Marxism. Like he's so disingenuous. I'm not a fan of Sellers.
It's an important city.
Can you not touch me? Can you not touch me?
I was waiting on that. I was waiting on that.
I mean, we glossed over the fact that Trump threatened to arrest him and called him illegal, but that's, I guess just another day.
Yeah, well, and I should point out he says that he's a democratic socialist. He's a socialist, I'll be kind. But calling him a communist is not far off base when he talks about seizing the means of production. That is a communist party plank. He's talking about doing that. So I don't have any problem calling him what he is.
And I don't have any problem calling Donald Trump a felon or charged with rape or the fact that he doesn't pay his vendors or the fact that he's racist because he He
This
illegally
is fine.
submitted
This is
against
how
him.
he was
So I don't have any
reelected
problem.
to be
And you're
president.
right. And
As
you know
all
what?
of
You
those
may
things.
have a Democratic socialist elected as mayor of New York City.
No, you agree with Pete that he is a communist then?
He's not a
He's
communist.
a socialist.
He said seize the means of production.
He's a socialist.
He is not a communist.
I'm not a
He
socialist, but he
literally
calls
he's,
himself.
he's using the language of the Bolsheviks, is he not?
Right.
No, he's not. He's a socialist, not a communist. Those are
Seizing the
different.
means of production?
That's called socialism, not communism.
Use that
You're
the
putting-
USSR and Stone
Those are
Dormer
different
debaters.
things,
That's where you
though.
hear
I mean,
that
like,
stuff.
Facts. Facts. This is what happened when you don't know history. And they're trying to downplay this whole thing like it's not a big deal. This is going to be the end of the Democratic Party because people are not for this. But just to show y'all exactly what he said, let's play. Let's go to X here and let's play what he said. Here we go.
It's not simply what the purpose is about this entire project. It's not simply to raise class consciousness, but to win socialism. And obviously raising class consciousness is a critical part of that. But making sure that we have candidates that both understand that and are willing to put that forward at every which moment that they have, at every which opportunity that they're given. We have to continue to elect more socialists. And we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right, or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production,
There you go.
where we do not have the.
There you go. He said the end goal of seizing the means of production. That is communism. You heard it out of his own mouth. No matter how the mainstream media tried to pretend like he doesn't mean those things. He literally said it. The country and New York City face a divide regarding what is best for America when it is time to choose leaders. New York City is one of the most well-known cities in the country and world, and people are watching to see what the outcome will be, as it could shape the future of the nation. Do the American people want great cities to turn into communists, in the communist direction? I'm going to say no, but if it happens, people are going to flee, and these cities are going to be ran into the ground by these communist, socialist, Marxist individuals. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.